Welcome to the next lecture, lecture number 4 on programming skills using C. My dear friends, I always ask this question during this session to my students. I ask this question, what is the difference between a calculator and a computer? And of course, they come with a lot of answers, and most of the answers are like this. Calculator has less memory, whereas computer has more memory. Calculator cannot do calculations as fast as a computer does, or computer has a hard disk, etc. But that is not the answer at all. The major difference between a calculator and a computer is computer can decide and give us an answer. Suppose I give the two numbers, I can have which is greater, which is smaller, whether it is equal, etc. That is the ability a computer has. And for that also, we need to have some operators. Therefore, what we are going to learn during this lecture is we learn what relational operators are. And relational operators are the ones which are used. I can say to compare two numbers, I have to ask, is this greater than this number? Or is this number equal to this number? This greater than, equal, less than, greater than, equal, are all relational operators. Using relational operators, we are going to make relational expressions. As we have done in the first lecture, we learned arithmetic operators and then assignment statement, and we did assignment operator, and we did assignment statement. So with relational operators, we will do relational expressions. And from there, we will derive what are conditional statements. Here, we will be able to, using these conditional statements, we will be able to decide. You will write flowchart with conditional statements, and I will be giving you guidelines about indenting the code. Is very, very important. As I said, your code should be beautiful, and for that you have to neatly indent your code when you use your if condition. You will learn about logical operators, but we are not going to use during this session. We'll use them in the next session. You will work out problems based on the use of relational operators and conditional statements during this lesson. So let us come to this problem. I have two containers here, A and B. A contains 50, B contains 10. These are two variables. So I ask this question, is the value contained in A greater than value contained in B? Of course, you invariably will say it is yes. So I am using this word greater than. I could also ask this question, is A equal to B? Your answer is going to be no. Therefore, this greater than, equal, etc. are called the relational operators, and we shall give you the list of these relational operators in our pseudocode, operators and statements. So we come to relational operators. There are one set of 6 relational operators: equal, not equal, greater than, less than, greater than equal, less than equal, represented by these symbols EQ. So we are going to use these symbols in our pseudocode. Later when you do C, you will substitute these with appropriate symbols in C. And logical operators, there are and or. These are like the conjunctions in my English language. That is, I've got two sentences, I want to combine them. I use and there, or. So these are the conjunctions used in our pseudocode and your programming languages. Now statements. Using these relational operators, we shall make the first statement, what is called the relational statement or relational expression. That is very simple. Variable, relational operator, variable. For example, A equal to B or C greater than E. These are the relational statements, and I use these relational statements in my conditional statement. So I ask in English language, I may ask, is A greater than B? So that is what is done in my conditional statement. If this relational statement like this is true, you do this or you do that. So this becomes my conditional statement. I'll be explaining to you immediately at length how to form these relational statements and how to use them. Let's take the example here. I have assigned 20 to A and 10 to B. So I can ask this question, this relational expression here, A equal to B. What is the value given by this statement? So that is the question. Or A greater than B. So A equal to B. Of course, immediately you look at these two numbers, you say, no, 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 A is not equal to B. Therefore, it is false. You are going to say false. A is not equal to B. Whereas here, A greater than B. Yes, naturally 20 is greater than 10. And you are going to say it is true. Therefore, the value returned by these relational statements are only two. Either it is false or true. Either it is wrong or yes, no or yes, or it is 0 or 1. So these are the only two values returned by these relational statements or relational expressions. And let us see how to use this in the conditional statement. In English, I could put it like this: if is A equal to B, either it is yes or no. So this becomes my English corresponding English statement. And in pseudocode, instead of is, I put if. If A is equal to B, I say yes, or instead of or, I put else, say no. Naturally, in this case, A is not equal to B, therefore the answer is going to be no, no. Suppose it were 20 and 20, then you would have said yes, yes, both of them are same numbers. So this is how conditional statement is made in my pseudocode. If relational statement is true, then you do this. If it is not true, you do this statement. That is what we are going to do. Now, we come to flowchart symbol. We have dealt in the first session three flowchart symbols to start and end, to enter their numbers, and to do the processing and variable declaration. Now, in this case, we will come to that. For example, assign 40 to A and 20 to B, and this is the symbol for my conditional statement. So you have to write therefore that relational statement expression inside this, and it can have only two routes. Either it goes this way or it goes this way. For example, if A is greater than B, yes, therefore it will come like yes, it will come here, you print that A is greater than B. If it was the vice versa, 2040, it is not greater than B, else you print this, and with that I complete my flow chart for finding out whether the one number A is greater than B. So this is how we formulate. Now your task, let us go into C and note down the corresponding operators and statements. So again, equal is substituted, EQ is substituted by these two equal symbols. This is not equal, greater than, less than, greater than, equal, less than, equal. So whenever you come across the pseudocode statement of equal, you substitute with that. If it is not equal, substitute with that. Greater than, you have to substitute with this. And greater than, equal, please remember, don't put mathematical symbols like greater than, equal. This has the symbol in my C programming. And with that we come to logical operators, and or. If it is and, you put two ampersand, and if it is or, two vertical lines. So these are the C operators in relational operators and logical operators. Again, relational statements similar. Instead of EQ, I put this symbol, GT, I put this symbol, and conditional statement, instead of capital if, I put small if and else. All the rest is the same. So let us now come and write flow chart and C program to input two unequal numbers and indicate which is larger number. So that's all. Two very remember unequal numbers. Now you do that, write the flow chart based on what you have learned just now. Yes, here it is. Start, you declare two variables because two numbers you have to input. And ask input AB and ask this question. If A is greater than B, you print A is greater than B. Else you print B is greater than A. So that is what you are going to do. And this is the C program. Again, I would like you to pause and complete this C program. Please remember the name. Max number. I want to find the maximum number, which is a bigger number among these two numbers. So declare A and B, clear the screen, write the title for the screen, and give instruction. Enter two unequal numbers. You enter, oh, there's a mistake here, percentage D should, one more percentage D should have been there. Enter two numbers, then you ask if A is greater than B, print, if they say A value will come here, 40 is greater than 20. Else it is going to say again 40 is greater than, because maybe 50 is greater than A. If suppose you have entered 50, 10 and 50, A will contain 10 and 50 contain in B. That's going to be the answer, and this is the C program. As you see, I mentioned about indenting. Please remember that First, in the last lesson I've said you should leave a margin. All these should be in the same column. But when it comes to if, the statement which comes between these curly brackets should be indented inside. It should be come below the this bracket. Here also it should come next column, next column. So please remember that. This way it becomes very readable. So this instruction is very important. And curly bracket here, else curly bracket here, and curly bracket here. Follow this instructions. Now let's take the next question. Write flowchart and C program to enter a number and indicate whether it is even or odd. How do you, for example, I say 3, immediately you are going to say it's not even, it is odd number. I say 10, you say it's going to be even number. So how do you decide? Is decided using what is called the modulus operator. So number modulus 2 will give you either 0 or 1. For example, take 4. 4 modulus 2 will contain 0 because there is no remainder, 0. Whereas 5 modulus 2 will give you 1 remainder. 10 modulus 2 will give you 0 remainder. Therefore, if remainder is 0, it is even. If remainder is 1, it is odd. So therefore, this chart is important. Always write the chart. Whenever you have problems like this, you know, write down the chart, look at the chart many times and come with an answer. Now you write the flow chart for this problem. So first you enter a number, then find the remainder r, and then ask this question: is if r is equal to 0, you say it is even number, else it is going to be odd number. Here we are, start number r and input number. You find the remainder, and then you ask this question: if r is equal to 0, then you say print even, else print odd. And that is the end of my flow chart. My dear friends, again you take this flow chart, write this flow chart, pause your video, and then convert this flow chart into your C program. And name should be even odd.c, even odd.c. Please remember that. Your name, as I said, should be representative of what you are going to do. So number, num and r, clear the screen, give a title for the program, enter a number, percentage %d number, and you find the remainder, and then ask if r is equal to 0, then it is even, or else it is odd. And with that, your C program, as you see, I mentioned, you should be indented inside. All these statements are in the first column. In the second column, you get these indented statements. So then it becomes readable. And please remember this gap. You leave this blank line here. It becomes very. So this should be the type of code you are going to write. Now we come to the next problem. Write flowchart and C program to enter a number. Find out if it is divisible by 5. If not, display the previous number which is divisible by 5. I will tell you, for the last 20 to 25 years I have been teaching, and I have been asking this question. Whenever I came to this conditional statement, I asked this question. For example, they say, all right, if 20, is it divisible by? Yes. 23 divisible by? No, 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 no. What is the remainder? They say, what is the previous number? They say it is 20. They know. But I asked them to program, they are not able to write. I asked them to write the flow chart, they are not able to write. So therefore, very important that you make a chart like this: number, remainder, previous number. So for example, number 0, remainder is 0, modulus 5. Therefore, there is no, you don't have to, you have to just say it is divisible by 5. Here 21 is remainder is 1, therefore previous number is 20. 23, previous remainder is 3, previous number is 20. 24, remainder is 4, previous number is 20. From here you have to design a formula, and to get that, you have to look at this part of your this column, and then think about it. I would like you to think about, and then pause your video and get the formula for that, a common formula which will help you to get the previous number. As you see here, if it is 21, 20, how do you get 20? 21 minus 1. If it is 23, how do you get 20, previous number? 23 minus 3. If it is 24, you know, previous number is 20. Therefore, 24 minus 4. What are these numbers? 1, 3, 4. They are nothing but the remainder. Therefore, number minus remainder will give you the previous number, the previous number minus r is assigned to previous number. Therefore, that is the formula. Now, I would like you to write the flow chart for this and then C program. Pause the video. Yes, here we are. Start, number r previous. You get the number, you find the remainder, and again ask this, is r equal to 0? Yes, it is divisible by 5. If it is not, you say it is not divisible by 5. Use the formula previous is equal to number minus r, and you display that previous, and this is the flow chart for finding out the previous number if the number is not divisible by 5. Now you pause the video and write C program. Again, previous number is the name of your program. So again, declare system clear, heading, previous number, enter the number, find the remainder, and ask this question: if r is equal to 0, divisible by 5, else it is not divisible by 5, find the previous number, print the previous number, and you come to the end of your C program. So this is very important. Again, I'm insisting on this indenting all this in the first column, this in the second column. With that, we go to the next and the last problem for this session. Very similar to the first one, but in this case you have to find out the next number. If it is not divisible by 5, you have to find the next number which is divisible by 5. Again, make this chart, write those, put some examples like this, and come get the answer. As you see, if it is 21, next number is 25. You know, if I ask you, you will give the answer. Suppose I ask 34, what is the next number divisible? 35 you are going to say. Or 43, 45 is the next. How do you get that? That is very important. So what is the formula? Pause for some time, pause the video and try to get that. This is very important. Otherwise, if you are going to just go to the next and then get the formula, you are not going to learn. I want you to learn. Learning means using your brain, thinking process, analyzing process. That is important. That is what we are learning. We are not learning C language. We are learning the method to analyze problems. So coming back here, so 21. So 21 minus 1 will give to 20. You add plus 5. 23. So previous number is 20. You add plus 5. So therefore the formula is nothing but number minus r will give you previous number, plus 5 will give you the next number. So next number. Now you pause and write your C program. Again, next, and you find the remainder. You ask this question: if it is equal to 0, naturally is divisible by 5. So not divisible by 5, find the next number. So that is number minus 5 minus r plus 5, and you display that number. Flow chart is over. Now you have to write the C program. Spend some time, write neat C program and check that C program with this. Here you have 3 variables. Clear the screen, title, next number, input the number and find the remainder. Ask this question, and if it is not divisible by 5, you use this formula which you have derived, number minus r plus 5. Print the number, and with that the C program is over to find out the next number. My dear friends, you have to think, you have to spend a lot of time thinking and then make mistakes and learn from your mistakes. That is very important. And with this, I have got homework for you. Kindly go through these 3 problems, write the flowchart and C program for these 3 problems and struggle with that. Then only you will learn. Thank you.